Hello, I'd like to talk about SomaEnergetics and the premise from which SomaEnergetics comes from. We're also going to talk about the different levels that we have named the same thing, which is energy. We're going to talk about moving and shifting from an old paradigm to a brand new paradigm of how to look at ourselves and each other. We're going to talk about the premise of wholeness that we carry at all times within us, and then how all of this coalesces into a blueprint that ends up being our physical bodies. In spiritual common sense, it would seem that we who believe in a perfect creator would come to the conclusion that that perfect creator could only create that which is perfect to itself. Perfection only equals itself. Therefore, from the premise of SomaEnergetics, we come that each and every person is a whole, perfect created being of this universe. Realizing that we are the power, are the center of our own power, and you that are practitioners and light workers and energy workers must realize that the healing begins in you, the practitioner. People have come to you to facilitate, to help them, to heal themselves. And therefore it is important that you realize first who you are. Therefore you must heal your own mind. When we heal our own mind, it is the healing of our brother's mind. This is based on extension, that everything is energetically connected, and let me go a step further, everything in energy is everything else. Matter is only energy vibrating at such a low density that it's only perceptible to the five senses. I like to use the illustration of ice, water, and steam. Ice, in this analogy, would represent the physical body because it's three-dimensional. It's an object. It has height, width, and breadth. But as I move up to the higher frequencies, in which the water molecules are not trapped in a density of time-space, but have more space, it becomes a different form called water. When you stop and think about it, most everything on this planet is water. 2/3 of the planet is water. Over 85 to 87% of your body is water. Water is one of the greatest carriers of sound and vibration there is on the planet. You that know the work of Dr. Emoto know what I'm talking about, how that prayer and intention, through frequency and intention and vibration, can change water molecules. Let's move up a little higher into higher frequencies. And all of a sudden there's more space between the molecules, and we have that etheric steam. Steam that I can't hold in my hand, I can't capture it, I can't touch it, but it's there. So steam would represent the spiritual, the water would represent what we call the soul level, and the ice would represent the physical level. But if you take away the labels of old reductionism and how we've labeled everything to be separate from this, it's just energy. Everything is energy. Everything is relationship. Energy uses different frequencies to give us different form. You know, it's the same light that runs through a prism. It's the same light that's red, it's the same light that's orange, it's the same light that's yellow and green and blue. It's all the same light. The only difference is the frequency makes my eyes interpret it the color it is. But it's all the same light. There isn't a red light, and a blue light, and a green light. There's only light running through spectrums and using frequency to have relationship with itself. So everything is energy, everything is relationship. As we go up the chakras, we go into the higher aspects of the energy bodies. The etheric. Some would call that around the crown chakra or energy. In the physical, it would be the pineal gland that actually holds the first few cells of your etheric self in its perfect creation. No matter what you think or do, you can never change the perfect created blueprint of who you were created to be. Now, that's who you are. But what do you become? When we start moving down, let's say, to the astral body, the mental, the emotional, our feelings, our thoughts, our decisions, our beliefs, all of these things become a part of the information/misinformation that is eventually going to become the flesh, because the word becomes flesh. So this is what your bodies are. They are that information or misinformation or unresolved issues that become your biology. So there's a difference in form and creation. What you form does not change what was created, which is whole and perfect. How do we get it there? In SomaEnergetics, it is through the use of pure vibration through ancient tools called tuning forks. Through these tuning forks, we can go into the etheric body, because the etheric body is the one that is the closest to our physical body. It hangs out about 2 inches. Now, not from the body, but coming toward the body. I want you to get this, because this is a great shift in how we perceive this idea of our bodies having energy rather than our energy becoming our energy physical bodies. So it's not that my physical body has an aura, it's that my aura has a physical body. If you could take your forks and find what's going on in the etheric body and change the blueprint and remove the imprint before it becomes a part of the cellular structure, because cells are always dying and recreating all the time. And between there's a still point. There's a point you can change the vibratory frequency of the next cells that's going to make up your pancreas, the next cells that's going to make up your liver, the next cells that's going to make up your heart could be made at a higher vibration until you have a light body, a physiology where blood doesn't run through your veins, but light runs through your veins. It's exciting, isn't it, to think that we live in the time that we can go to the next level of what it means to be a biological human. We hold the power to create our destiny on this planet as human beings. Work with the wholeness of your client and allow that wholeness to come all the way to the physical level.